say in Icelandic, we actually say hi as well. So now you know some Icelandic words. I just thought the minute I said it, I thought, that does not sound very, very intellectual. But then again, let's hope that my computer has woken up, because it took me some while to wake it up when I came into the call. First of all, I just want to say to all of you, thank you. Thank you for showing up and being here with me today. I'm going to be talking about a topic that is really, really, really important for me. And when I was planning this and setting this up, I thought to myself, if there is anything that, if I'm going to set a clear intention into why I'm sharing what I want to share, it is because I truly feel that we're standing on such a strange place in I think in history. And when we're in a strange place in history, there is an opening. And as you already know now, I come from Iceland, and Iceland is full of nature. And one of the things that we know living in a place like Iceland is that when it comes to Mother Nature, she is in control. And you kind of like have to let go of everything that you thought you had to do, you had to be, you had to fill in some gaps, and just let go and allow Mother Nature to take its turn. And I feel right now is such an opening for all of us to show up as the truest and highest version of ourselves and brand ourselves. And when I talk about branding ourselves, I'm talking about branding our soul, going so deep and allowing such a big, this core that we all have, allowing that to shine. So what I want to do, I want to share with you some slides, and let me see. No, I'm not going to do that. Present. There you go. And you can, if you can you all see my screen? Can you see my screen? You can do a thumbs up. Okay, good. So becoming the superstar that you were born to be is my topic. And what I just really want to go into today is actually, although we only have 21 minutes, I want to go fast through.
You're in a presentation mode? Just so
I am.
You're in a,
okay, thank you. That was not what I was going to do. So thank you for letting me know. Yeah.
It's okay, we're between friends, but I just wanted you to know. I didn't want you to feel later like
Thank you. Yeah, that is so good of you. You're so nice. You know that. Did you know that?
It's just during that 21 minutes, then I flip back into my own.
then you go, oh, okay. Now I know. Okay, here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Okay. And now you can't see my presentation mode, right? Right. Okay. So going very quickly into what I want to cover tonight. I want to talk about why I feel it's important for you to step up. I already mentioned a little bit why I think it's now. I want to go into those big things about how we are all so socially conditioned to believe that we have to do something, be something, behave in a certain way, not to do things just because that we were born this gender, or we were born this race, or we were born with this background. I want to talk about how I feel we all need to step in and step up and expand and challenge and hopefully even break free from those boxes. I will talk about your X factor, and I am going to be sharing why your X factor is already right in front of your, well, some people say forehead, some people say nose, I say tits. And that's a little bit about me. They already introduced me, so I'm not going to use my 21 minutes here just to tell you more. But what I would like you to put down, if you want to reach out to me, I am a guidely guide, and you can find me on the platform. So please, if there is any questions or anything that you would like to ask me afterwards, please go ahead and do so. Have you heard this phrase? And you can just put in the chat area. You know, all you need to do is just be yourself and believe in yourself. Have you heard that? How many times have you heard people say this to you? All you need is to believe in yourself. And we all go, yeah, that is so true. All I really need is to believe in myself. And then you go, yeah, but that's actually where the problem is, that I actually don't believe in myself. When it comes to it, there are things that are stopping me. There are things that I'm not doing because actually I do not believe in myself. Or when we get that phrase, don't worry, just be yourself. And you go, yeah, of course I'm going to be myself. And then you go, holy moly, who's that? How do I act when I be myself? How are we going to let go of all of those things that we think that we have to do? And this is big. I call it boxes. I call it we are in a box. And I see that more and more that our box-based world is blindsiding us, is not exactly helping us to believe in ourselves, and yet alone to be ourselves, because we're so conditioned, and it's actually controlling 95% of all of our behaviors. I mean, come on. How can we expect us to be ourselves or believe in ourselves? So let's just give it a little test, and let's see. Imagine you were a girl. You were born as a girl, and before you were even born, you were boxed. You're boxed by, here's a girl coming into the family, whatever that is, that means for the family. And then you go again, it's a little girl. You were dreaming, and you dreamt that you wanted to becoming an artist. It was just something about being an artist that was so enlightening for you. You really wanted that, but then you heard somewhere, or you kind of like felt that being an artist is not exactly a good thing. You know how they really do struggle. Yeah, it's much better for you to learn math and be really, really good at math. Do math, because when you do math, you can get a good job. You can get a really good job. So there you are. You decided not to do the artistic things that you thought were really good, but you decided to become a doctor, because doctor is a really good job, and it's a stable one, and really, really good. And then you come to this place in your life that you ticked all the boxes. You've done everything that you thought as a woman you had to do, or you had to be, or you had to act as something, or you had to show up as something, and you kind of like feel it's just something missing. It just isn't what you thought it would be, and it just makes you feel miserable. It absolutely makes you feel miserable. And the same thing goes with a little boy that is born. And he goes up, and he goes into the world, and he has all these dreams, and he goes to school, and he thinks, wow, when I grow up, I want to be a teacher. It's so cool. Someone who teaches kids to do things. I really want to do that. And then he goes home, and he tells his parents, you know what, Mom and Dad, I really want to become a teacher. And you kind of like can see on his parents' face that it's not exactly what he should be doing, No one in our family is a teacher, And then you think, but what I really, really want, I want to stay at home and take care of my kids when I grow up. I don't want to be working like you, Dad, all the time. I want to be home and take care of my kids. And then again, he sees his parents' faces going, that's not going to work. And he could even hear his dad saying, well, you're supposed to be a leader. No son of mine is going to be a stay-at-home dad. What's sort of man up there? And before he tries to tick all the boxes, just not show emotions. Holy moly, that is out of the no, can't do that. And before he knows it, he's miserable. He's absolutely miserable. And there he is. And there he goes into work, and with a mask on. And same goes with all of us with a mask on. But deep down inside, we have this beautiful creature that is just so creative, that has so much and can do so much. But because it's been so conditioned, it's only allowed to show a fraction of who they are and what they can do in this world and how they can show up in this world. And yet, even when they grow up, that little child that could fight the dragons still lives in there. But some of us have so hidden, have so put it into a box with everything in it and locked it that just can't get out of it. And there we are. We're all in boxes. We're all in boxes. And we think that's who we have to be. That's how we have to show up. And we decide that we're not going to show the best of us. Well, what if you could become better and brighter and bolder as the person that you were born to be, not conditioned to be? And what if you were a celebrity and people could just know you from your soul's purpose, not by what you thought you had to be because you were this gender? Well, what if you could actually show up each and every day as the highest version of yourself, and it would be, you simply wouldn't accept anything else? Well, what if you could actually feel safe to become more you, less that person that you're pretending to be? Well, what if you had the freedom and to desire to grow endlessly, regardless of your age, and not to fall into that, well, this is just how we always done it, so we can't do that. You have to stop working at that age, no matter if you're healthy and everything. This is just how we do it. Well, what if you knew? What if you knew you were valued and you were loved and you were free to share that bundle of joy that you have inside of you? Well, what if? What if you knew that people could understand you and you would understand people and you would not be so afraid that they will be judging you? Because at that point, you would also be aware that you are not judging them because you're allowing you to be yourself. The number one reason why you're not there, that superstar, is that I feel that you were born to be, is those boxes, the boxes that you've been placed into. And I want to ask you, and just honestly, if you ask yourself this question, have I been blindly following some unwritten rules, some stereotypical rules that I thought I had to be? Or have I been judging other people by those stereotypical gender roles or race roles or religion or background or whatever that box is? I know I have, and it was a big aha moment for me personally to understand that I actually could let go of that. You know, you probably have heard about the experiment that the scientist did with fleas. You know, he put a fleas in a jar and no lid, nothing. And the fleas were just jumping out of the jar, just endlessly, no problem. And then he put a lid on the jar. And for sometimes the fleas would jump up to the lid. And then in a certain amount of time, they kept jumping, but not quite up to the lid. So he took the lid off, and there they were, just jumping high enough, not going higher than where the lid was, because by that, they knew they could only jump this high because they've been taught not to jump any higher. And the same thing goes with us all. We're not jumping higher. We're not showing and expressing who we are. No, we're like fleas in a jar. You know, I think it is time, and I said earlier, I think it is big aha time and space for us to step out of this and become more. Because who actually wants to be living a limited life? Really? Who actually wants to go into the world and be ruled by some preformed thinking, listening, and acting, something that didn't even occur and wasn't even developed in your lifetime. It was not even developed in your parents' lifetime. It was probably developed in your great-great-great-grandparents' lifetime. And there you are in 2021, and you're just doing it without even thinking. You don't really want that. And I see that. I don't think we will ever be good enough, because we were always going to convince us that we're not when we're trying to fit into those stereotypical roles. So if you want to be a rock star, the rock star that I see you all could be, it takes you to change that status quo, to step in and to find that courage to spot the box that is no longer serving you, open it up, expand it a little bit, give it some air so that you can at least breathe, and start to unpack one thing after another. And that does take courage. But my God, the effect that you get when you're out there, it's priceless. Just creating the space to let yourself free and becoming known, not for all the labels that you put yourself in, or that you've been or the boxes, I was going to say, that you put yourself in, or other people have been putting you in, but more your soul's X factor, more that coreness. And I think we all have that capacity to change when we want that. Right now, in the world that we're living in, seriously, the world is screaming. It's screaming for people to stand up and show them how to do things, teach them how to live a life that is of value, that is fulfilling. And I believe you, me, and everyone on this call, and also those who are listening afterwards, can fulfill that role and brand that source, that core that you have. Now, going to the 4 things, the 4 steps that you can immediately go and do so that you can discover your X factor and live from that place. I'm going to be sharing that with you. And I'm also going to be sharing with you why it's right in front of your kids, and you will see. Number 1, it's about this clarity of who do I want to be? Really being able to create that future vision for yourself in a way that it is bigger than you could even have ever dreamt of, something that really tickles your tummy, something that goes way beyond everything that you've been told you could do. And be that. Do all the things that you probably heard about how to do that when you're going to manifest, but be clear on your future vision. And once you have that, you have the first step out of 4 to know your X factor. Know your passion and purpose. You know, that future vision, it really has to light something up inwards. It has to be so exciting. It has to be so purposeful for you that you don't even think about that you're going out of your box, that you are unpacking your box. It just kind of becomes, oh yeah, that's who I am, and that really is the thing that lights me up. It's easy peasy to leave my box this way. And you know what? Our passions, one thing that I've seen is our passion changes. So this is something that we have to regularly take our pulse just to see, am I really following my passions and purpose in life? So know your passions and purpose. Your network of friends and family. My mom used to say this to me all the time. She said, Runa, tell me whom you're surrounding yourself with, and I will tell you who you are. And it was normally because I wasn't in a good relationship, but she meant well. And it was right that who you surround yourself with, look at those people that are nurturing you. Look at those people that are not taking your no for an answer when you decide, nah, I'm not gonna do, nah, the rest they're gonna be the change, they're gonna do it. I'm not gonna do that. No, I'm so busy doing other things. No, I'm not gonna do that. You know, if you have friends that are going to say, yeah, I wouldn't either change anything. I'm just going to do nothing. You know, I would say, Lee, I would say, think again and put those group of friends in a box for a while you look at who is actually willing to support me on my journey. Because there are tons of people. Look at all the guides at Guidely who are helping you on that way. So knowing that, having those friends and family around you, and then knowing really your life story and being really aware of how you communicate your life story. Because it is, I've noticed it with myself that I can fall into, not often, but I've seen one or twice that I fall into the victim box. And when I do that, not only do I, you know, my just the way that I vibrant, the way that I feel is not nurturing me. So knowing how to communicate my life story in a way that it actually fulfills me, so that my energy is up, I'm up, and I'm actually enjoying my story in the way that it is fulfilling for both me and those that I'm telling the story to. Because your story is already your brand, your personal brand. Everything that you do is already your personal brand. And it is your responsibility to do whatever it takes for you to create the brand that you want to be known for. And at the end, because I promised you to show you how the 4 things in your X factor is already right in front of your tits, I want you, can you all be with me here? Are you all with me? If we start with number 1, your future vision, your dream, if you put that into your left hand, you put your dream in your left hand and imagine your dream for your future is in your left hand, okay? And we all have some dreams. And then think about your passions, the things that really, really light you up, and your purpose. And we're going to put that into your left elbow, okay? So you have your dream here, your future vision, you have your passionate purpose in your elbow, okay? Are you ready? And then we take our right hand. And in our right hand, I want to take our family, our friends. And we're going to take the network, people that we surround ourselves with that are already there, that are already part of our brand. They're already there. And we put that here. And then finally, in our right elbow, we're going to put, what was the last thing? Just checking. Have you all learned? No, you're not? Oh, come on. You're going to put what?
The story.
Right. Thank you. I was going to say, no one's going to say that. Okay. So now we have 4 things, right? Okay. Now, very slowly, and pay attention. We're going to put this thing together. Okay. Forming an X. And where is it? Yeah. Right in front of your tits. Thank you.
Is that it? I mean, you couldn't end any more impactfully. So
I'm still asking, is that it? This is awesome. I'm gonna walk like this from now on. Here is my X factor.
My X factor, yeah.
That's beautiful. That's really beautiful. Embodiment. So wait, I want to go back. So vision, or what do you call it?
Future vision, your future vision, your dream,
future vision,
passion and purpose,
friends and network, and story.
And story.
Right.
And you put it together, and that's all. You already have all that, right? Whether you were aware of it or not, that's another thing. But you already have something there. Yeah.
So is that a better way to get into a box?
It's, well, you know what? When my experience is when we dare to follow our passions, our box expands and we have more energy, we have more oxygen to breathe. And the more oxygen that we breathe, the more creative we become and the more in flow we are. So it's an ongoing process. I don't think I actually don't think that it never ends. I think it's just an ongoing process.
Right. The other thing that influences the amount of oxygen is the amount of sleep, I think.
Yeah.
And I don't want to sleep deprive you.
And Runa has been up for a long time. Runa, thank you so much for this. It was lovely. Thank you for see you in action from one guide to another. I just wanted to say
Thank you.
lovely.
Yeah, so thank you so much. What do we have tomorrow?
Tomorrow we have Liana.
Oh,
Yay.
Liana!
Tomorrow we will be.
Y'all better put on your big girl panties and come and show.
I'm coming with a bra tomorrow, not with
Come
my
your
big
big
bra.
girl panties and your big girl bras and your triple D and come on and join me. You can
I
join
wish
me
I had triple
tomorrow
D,
if you
but
like.
okay.
Listen, Runa, if I'm going to put my X factor in front of my big boobies, it's going to be
Yeah.
a big one. The bigger the boobs,
Yeah.
the bigger the X. You.
Woo!
This is lovely. I'll see you guys tomorrow.
Right.
Very, very exciting to be here. Thank you. Thank you for letting me bring my wonderful
Do you
friends.
mind if we share a few words about you, Liana, before we hang up?
Oh, sure. Please go
Okay.
ahead.
Okay.
So tomorrow we will be exploring the path to authentic style, exploring your self-expression through your wardrobe choices with the fabulous Liana Shauli.
Ooh.
Thank you.
So
Style,
fun.
you all want to know that style, the acronym for style is seek to transform your life every day. And that's what we're going to talk about tomorrow, because clothing is your second skin. And
Thank
wherever you go, there you are. So come and be with us tomorrow. So exciting. Mwah.
Thank you. Let's unmute and say goodnight.
Thank you, Runa. That was
Thank you,
incredible.
Runa.
Really
Thanks for
fun.
the
Thank you,
space.
Runa.
everyone.
Thanks,
Thank you.
Best
everyone.
bless.
See you tomorrow.
Thank you,
Thank
Runa.
you.
Namaste.
Bye.
Bye.
Wonderful.
Namaste.
Thank you.
Thank you, Larry.